Good morning, everybody. Rodney here. Man, we got quite the number of people in here already. Dean, it looks like you were number one. Johnny Drone Flyer, Northside Hawk. Trevor, Manic Magic Lives. Good to see you again, brother. Place it here. Ken, how you doing? Michael Blade, FPV. Good morning. Jerry Bauer. Good morning. Brant Ariels. Teej. Good morning, buddy. So hope everybody is doing good. RC Dude, FPV UK, Mike, good morning. Alex Escardo, good morning. SJM Drones and Media, Steve, good morning. Hot Rod in Daytona, go Space Force. He took the words right out of my mouth. So hope everybody is doing well today. I am doing pretty good. I came home from work yesterday and it was too windy to fly, so I came in, I paid my bills because it was payday, and I laid down in bed and slept for 5 hours. Woke up around 7 o'clock last night. Yeah, and slept through the night pretty much. And so I think I'm getting to be where I'm a little bit under the weather, but I feel okay right now, and I guess all that rest helped. So anyway, hope everybody's weekend is starting out fine. I had a beautiful sunrise here this morning, and Scott did another fantastic job. Regardless of what he says, he did a great job. He's a good fill-in for Dennis. Of course, nobody can replace Dennis, but Jack Rabbit does a very good job of doing it. Cold and raining in England. Oh, man, I'm sorry, Steve. No. All right. You know, there were some people I forgot to send links to. So what I'm going to do, Scott, I sent you a link, brother. It's in your email, but I'm getting ready to post it up here on the in the chats for a few seconds. If anybody would care to join in, please feel free to do so. Peter Carroll, good evening, sir. Dominic, good evening to you as well. There's the link, folks. Gina's Point, good morning. Good to see you, lady. Thomas Ariel, good morning. Tomas, yes, it's been a while since you've been on the live streams. AZ Drone Dude, David, good morning. Yeah, good to see all you guys. Good evening, Dominic. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's just a bit wet here.
Raining?
Yeah, really raining pretty heavily.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a thunderstorm in the afternoon and some pretty heavy rain.
You getting a lot of flooding, or?
There are places that have, flash flooding. Yeah.
Okay. Gary Brant Ariels, good morning. I don't remember if I said good morning to you or not, but I know I said it to you over in Jackrabbit's live.
I think if you say good morning once, you don't need to say good morning 3 or 4 times if you see the same person in every other chat.
Yeah. Well, it's just a force of habit at this point.
Yeah.
God bless America, Ronnie. Good morning, brother. Brad Austin, hello. Good morning. Yeah. Trevor says he's having flooding too.
Well, it's gone through South Australia and Victoria. Hot Rod's on.
Hot Rod. How's it going, Rodney?
I'm still a little tired. At least I didn't blow the rocket up the other night. But
That's good.
that whole 1:04 a.m. that turned into, let's see here, it went up at 1:47 a.m. It made for a long evening.
Oh, I bet. Steve W. Knowles, good morning. See, that was Artemis 1, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's orbiting the moon as we speak, isn't it? Or is it on its way back?
It's on its way, I think.
Yeah, it's on its way there. It's a 25-day mission. So they're going about
there he is.
60 miles from the surface.
Sorry,
and then
I got a mute.
And then it's going out 44,000 miles beyond the moon and then coming back and landing. Ironically, the biggest test that they have to get done in all of this was not actually launching the rocket, although obviously that was part of it. It's the testing of the heat shield on the Orion module for the landing is sort of the number one priority test that has to happen for this launch. So
yeah, well, they definitely need to make sure their heat shields are working. Hey, so I forget William. I asked about Dennis. Dennis Lovelady is out sick today. He's not feeling well. That's why Scott, who is below me right now, filled in for him. And so say a prayer for Dennis and hope he gets to feeling better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Personally, I think Matt and Tim Jackson did something to him over in Australia.
Too much partying.
Yeah.
Too much partying. you know those Aussies. We got a party at the Barbie, right?
Yeah, man, they were nonstop. They were go all the time. So it's not. I don't know how they were doing it. I mean, he's doing his live streams like 1:15 p.m. for us, which was what 4:15 for them. Is that right, Dom?
For them,
yeah. And that meant I think he said they got up at like 1:15 in the morning for them.
To the places.
Which
at least 2 hours earlier, if not 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For them to find the right place.
Hey, I bring it every day. Good morning and welcome to the chat and have a good day. You say you're off to run errands. So you have a good day and thank you for stopping by and saying howdy.
Yeah, so I think they're right. Northeast Production last night, they coined a new term. What is it called? Jackson. Where is it?
Jacksonitis.
Yeah, Jacksonitis. Akiracho's in there talking about it. So,
yeah.
So,
Danny, the View Chaser. Good morning.
Danny.
Oh, shucks. I know you guys are going to get tired of seeing me too. And I figured I had 15 seconds of fame and I'd bail back out and be in a chats, which I feel more comfortable there. But anyway, hey, it's all, I just want to go have fun with all y'all. So that's what
it's all about, Scott, is having fun.
That's one reason why to me these meetups are so much fun, because you get to see everybody and meet each other. And,
I
was going to tell you, since the clouds were there, could you find some FSU girls?
Yeah, let me tell you what, FSU they were one of the best for seeing good looking girls. I don't get over there very often anymore, of course. It's not that actually. That's not true. I go through campus quite a bit. So we actually have a dinner series that the FSU puts on. I heard the other day their hospitality suite that they do, they have a school that they do there, and they are 6th in the nation, I think they said, which is just kind of incredible. I mean, they provide hospitality hosts throughout the world, I guess. And but we only know that because we're the guinea pigs. We go in there and eat dinner with them, and it's fun. It's a good time too. So,
Scott Nadu, good morning. Welcome to the chat.
We need somebody in the group from Buffalo. I really want to see the weather up there in Buffalo. I want to see the live videos right now.
Oh man,
6 feet of snow or whatever it is.
Man, I don't know how they do it.
I'm surprised it hasn't snowed here yet. I mean, it was cold enough this morning. I had on my hoodie and I had on my heavy coat this morning. So I stayed pretty toasty like that. My hands got a bit cold, but it's a good thing I didn't have to do a lot of stick controls, you know?
Yeah, I was a little worried about it. I just went out there and actually it just started drizzling. So it's good that I brought my drone down when I did.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
It's not much. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't even hardly call it a rain, but yeah.
Well, it doesn't take much.
Yeah. Scott's looking for grandmas now. Yeah,
Scott,
I couldn't.
Scott says it's 18 degrees there. Scott and Zoo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I lived in Fargo, North Dakota for 10 years. So, yeah, I know all about the cold up that way.
What were you doing up that far up north?
Work. That's where I worked.
Oh, okay.
The second largest office from Microsoft is Fargo, North Dakota. There's over 1,500 people on that campus.
Kirishow's asking you a question, Dominic.
Okay, is it possible that Matt served Dennis a too rare cooked wombat burger? Oh, there's a great possibility. I wouldn't have thought so, but a great possibility. We don't usually eat koala. We eat crocodile, we eat kangaroo, and we eat emu, but I've never seen a wombat burger.
You guys eat emu?
Yes.
We have emu.
It tastes like chicken, right?
Yeah, everything tastes like chicken.
Isn't it a lean meat? I mean, it's a pretty lean meat, and it's dark, is it not?
Kangaroo is the leanest meat.
Yeah. And they were trying to have emu farms around here and actually making a delicacy out of it. And I don't know that it took off. I mean, it's all of a sudden you saw all your farmers had 2 or 3 emus.
Yeah, it's not a meat that I enjoy, but I do like kangaroo.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. I remember for a while, there were people that were kind of investing in those farms.
That's right.
Same thing with llamas, too.
Oh, yeah. Llamas was another one.
Akirashi was saying he's got one not very far from him.
So that means you become a llama farmer.
What was that? Say that again.
A llama farmer.
I only farm computer chips. Sorry.
Hey.
Oh, man. Yeah, don't give your wildlife or give your produce names or your livestock or whatever you have. So,
Gina's point says I'll stick with chicken.
Well, it tastes like chicken anyway.
Well, you know, when I was stationed in Japan and in some of the other places I've been to, I never knew exactly what it was I was eating. So,
just as long as it's not testicles, I'll eat anything.
Hey, if it tasted good, I ate it. Don't tell me what it is. Just let me.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell me what it is.
Let me be and let me enjoy the flavor, and then you know.
Yeah, you have a good cook when you actually enjoy what you're eating in the military. That means you got a good cook that knows how to not follow the recipe that they're supposed to be following.
See, Peter Carroll's in the chat.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll, good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, I think he's been in here for a while.
Has he?
I've had bison. I've had a bison burger.
Oh, we have you can go have a bison burger here. Ted, CNN Ted, what's his name?
Koppel?
Ted Turner.
Yeah, Ted Turner. He actually has a buffalo burger or buffalo restaurant here that he serves buffalo at all the time.
There is a place, I can't remember the name of it. There's a place in Texas, in I want to say in McKinney, Texas, that serves like they serve buffalo meat, they serve venison, they serve quail. and they have all the different game meets, or not all of them, but most of them. Jackson RC Aviation, Chris, good morning, brother.
Buffalo Burgers at Sturgis.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd have them up there. Although, Rodney, some of the best steak on the planet, I have to agree because I've had it. Argentina. They get some of the best beef on the planet for sure.
I've heard people talk about
that. Trust me. There's a reason it gets talked about. It's really good.
Well,
I was down in Buenos Aires.
Is pretty good too.
Yeah, I was down in Buenos Aires, which is not so buenos.
You see that? Anyone ate penguin smells like fish. That's kind of interesting. I know. I've never had penguin.
I've never even heard anybody speaking about that.
Either.
Yeah, Maniac Magic Lives.
I wonder why it tastes like fish. Probably because they eat fish.
Yeah.
Oh, smells like fish, but tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, tell Prop Lord I said hi as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, he's flying well, isn't he?
He sure is. And that young man, I mean, he started off, I think, flying model airplanes.
Right.
He's good at that.
He sure is.
Yeah. And then he started flying quads, and he just picked up and away he went,
Yep, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah, I enjoy watching him fly as well.
Brad Alston, did I say good morning to you, brother? I am sorry if I.
If not, good morning.
Yeah, if not, good morning.
And good morning to everybody we missed as well. So
I don't do real FPV, but the Avata is freaking a blast.
For a guy that didn't care much for DJI, you sure having a lot of fun with that one.
that one is fun. Keep in mind that's kind of always been what the FPV guys have talked about, right? The camera guys, it's about the video and the camera and the shot. The FPV guys, it's kind of just about the enjoyment of flying.
Yeah.
In the flying experience. And so that's the difference between the two. I stuck with the motion controller just because of all the people sort of whining that, oh, you can't, you don't need that. And I'm just like, I don't know. Flying that thing with the motion controller is freaking a blast.
Ben Cartwright, good morning. Yeah,
Morning.
I've seen, and I've got, and I would be amiss if I didn't say that I wasn't tempted to pick up the Avata, but I've so far I've been able to resist, and I just don't need another high dollar drone. I'm having fun with my FPV drones, and I've got a Phantom 4 Pro and a Mavic Air 2, and I'm good with that. I still got my Spark as well. So
I'll just say this one can take a hit. I crashed it a bunch. Hit trees, fell on the concrete.
Oh, yeah?
You name it. It holds up pretty well. So, according to Lauren Donauer, there's supposed to be a motion controller 2 coming. And I have a sneaking suspicion because there was a rumor for a while that the new goggles, were going to work with the Mini 3 Pro and the Mavic 3. So I'm kind of wondering whether they're going to wait on that until they sort of have all the additional buttons or whatever they kind of want to put on the motion controller, so you can kind of do everything on that you can on the regular controller with like the Mini 3 and the Mavic 3. Being able to do a camera drone like that, I would kill for that. And for everybody goes, oh, but I got to have 2 sticks. What do they fly an F-35 with?
Exactly.
Or an F-16, or
it's
a joystick, damn it.
Yeah, but I brought up they also fly planes with yokes. So
yeah, but what they don't fly planes with is 2 sticks. So
That's true. With your thumbs or your fingers.
yeah. So
All right, Tomas. Hey, you have a good day, brother, and thanks for popping into the chats, man. Hey, we're gonna have to connect via. We're gonna have to do a video chat or something here next few days or something. So, Tomas, you have a good day, brother. We'll talk.
It's
to you
always
later.
good to see Thomas.
It is good.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
the only thing I wish DJI would do different is the motion controller does have the third. So normal, sports, and then sort of the third custom, which doesn't work on the motion controller, because when you're using the RC, then you have that third one is full acro mode. I wish they would give us the third one with the motion controller, but give us, I don't know, call it super speed or whatever, to give you the full 60 mile an hour speed. Even if they give you 50, 55 or something like that for that third one, that would. Yeah, that'd be a blast. But as I tell everybody, the fun of that thing, Rodney, is about 2 foot off the ground, going full speed.
And that's FPV to me. FPV, proximity, and close flying, and man, the sensation's unbelievable.
So I gave my neighbor a show yesterday. My neighbor next door, he's retired Air Force, full bird colonel, and he had some buddies over there. And so I fly around his house. I go around mine, and I go over and buzz around his. He had his push lawnmower out, and I went through the handlebars on the mower.
Did you?
Yeah, flew right through it.
Wow.
So the first time I went really slow doing it. And then the second and the third time, I just zipped through, went straight through it.
Hey, good morning, Newfound Drone Productions.
See, Mark Fisher's in there too.
Oh, Mark Fisher. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yep.
There he is.
He loves that Avata.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. He said he got in here just in time because you're talking Avata now. So
yeah,
he must have. His ears must have been ringing.
Yeah.
And he had the garage doors up, so it's one of those where it's 2 car on one side, 1 car on the other side. So I flew in one door and out the other door while they were sitting in the garage. They were having fun with me, just buzzing that thing around. It's just fun, totally fun.
Hey, Mark, I put the link in the chat if you want to join us.
Oh boy,
here we go.
He's always fun. I got the. Not only did I get to meet him at the first South Florida drone meetup, but he was up here in Waldorf, Maryland, which is probably about a 30-minute drive to where I work, and he took some time and came down and we had lunch together there in Dogger, man, and that was such a blast.
Yeah, really.
He's such a good guy. But don't tell him I said so.
Yeah, you wouldn't want him to get a big head.
No.
Oh man. So I got to meet him at the South Florida drone meetup too, and he's meeting Al out there in the parking lot, and Al's got this ring on. Oh, I got to kiss the ring. That was so funny.
Were you at the first South Florida drone?
No, but that's what started this whole thing for me, because I was coming, and look, I'll be honest, I work all the time, and I was like, man, I got a project I got to get done. I can't go. And I didn't go, but I was watching every live stream you guys had and regretting every minute of not going. And and I'm not kidding. I was a great lurker. There was no way I was going to get in front of the camera and do any of this kind of nonsense. And
you've come a long way, Scott.
But you guys were having such a great time, and I'll be honest. I've already said this before. I did not really know Rick Halbert very well. I mean, I really got to know Rick like the last 2 or 3 months of his life, and your reaction, the community's reaction to Rick.
Look at this bunch of fine looking gentlemen here, right here, boy. Yeah. Early in the morning, you guys look that good.
Most of us get up for. Well, you got to remember, Dominic. He's getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed just straight after
Dominic.
this. Yeah,
Dominic, where's your PJs at?
yeah, I'm actually wearing them.
So anyway, Scott, you were saying about Rick?
Well, I was just saying that he has such an impact on this community, and which was an inspiration to me as well. And you know what? He's the one to let me know that all y'all are good guys. I mean, you know, he proved it over and over and over. So anyway, so I just regret it not going. And next opportunity I got to go was Ken Herron's event, and almost didn't go to that too. But the first person I met was Brad Austin and Keith with D&D Aerial. And then, but I was going because I saw Chris Hope was going and Bob Casey. That was the two people I definitely wanted to meet. And I sat there all day talking to Bob, and I was ready to go home. And Bob says, "Man, you got to get a channel, and you got to start, and you got to participate, and all that." And so that's why I always blame Bob for creating the monster he did. So yeah.
Let's welcome William I to the panel. Good morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good morning, William.
Hey, Mark, I got a question.
I think
Sony
it's,
or Canon?
He's
What's that?
Sony or Canon?
Oh,
Which
Sony
do you
all
think
day. I'm a Sony freak. I mean, I'm more of a Sony fanboy than I am a DJI fanboy, because, you know, if Hightower comes out with a decent drone, I'll buy it. But I love to have an Hightower because I love their camera. I love the camera science, but Sony all day. I mean, Sony makes the sensors for most our DJI
That's true.
drones, matter of fact.
Yeah. They make the sensors for even some of their competitors.
Yeah, now Canon's done. Well, Canon makes their own sensors, but everybody else. Yeah. But Nikon just started making their own sensor on their new mirrorless camera. But are you looking to buy
before I got into drones, I was looking at cameras, and then I saw Flight Path, at CES on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, flying camera, yeah!" And it's cheaper than a camera because I never jump into the bottom end of anything. I always jump into the kind of the high end when I buy things. I've always been a big believer. If you're gonna buy things, buy the really good things because they last.
Well, not only that. So a lot of people ask me, what's a good beginner drone? I don't even understand that, because the fact is that why would you buy a drone that doesn't have sensors? If it's a beginner drone, you would want the sensors to keep you safe.
That's an interesting comment, because after you've flown for a while, OA is like, okay, this is kind of useless for me, right? It's really good for the people who don't know how to fly for the most part in the beginning, and then once you've gotten good at it, you tend to not need things like that. You can get within a couple of feet of things and not crash your drone.
Yeah, and like a mini drone does, like when they first came out with the minis and that, they didn't have sensors in that, and people would say, "Hey, buy a mini drone; it's easy to fly." Da, 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 da. Yeah, but you got to worry about no sensors. You got to worry about it flying away in high winds if you don't really know much about which. So I've always said, listen, buy the best, leave the rest, and get the best, because then you don't have to keep on changing it and like, oh, I can fly now. Now I'm like, educated in this field, whatever. And I'm a good pilot. And
so that means you get the Alpha One.
So yeah.
So you have that A1 camera then?
Oh yeah. So 7S3 A1. I got a 7.4. I got a 7.3. I'm selling. So if you're interested, it was my backup camera for the longest. It's in like excellent condition. It only has 15,000 shutter count, is like nothing for a camera.
The R5 would probably be something I'd be more interested in.
The R5.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of good things about R5.
Hey guys, time out for a minute. Hey, I want to say good morning to Unlimited Vertical. DeMarco, FSU grad 03 is in the house. Drone Talk here's in the house. And let's see, there was one other. Who was it? William H. lost connection. That's why he left the stream. And I think that's pretty much it. Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Good afternoon, whatever it may be.
Rodney, right, you ought to let people know who Rick Halbert was. We got new people in here. God bless was saying he didn't really know.
That's true.
I didn't know him either.
Rick, I met Rick. Oh, I don't know. When I first started doing live streams, I met Rick. I'd seen him in live streams on other channels before I started getting into it. I've never met Rick in person, but we've had all kinds of conversations, and he was a big encouragement to everybody. He was always sending gifts to people. I mean, he sent me 3 coffee mugs. Every one of them has something to do with the U.S. Navy. He sent my grandson a drone. He sent me a drone. In fact, when I started talking about getting into FPV, he sent me an FPV drone, and so it's hard to. The best way to describe Rick is he's the man with with a golden heart. That guy was so giving and so caring and supported so many channels. I mean, there were channels he supported that I haven't even seen yet. So
yeah, since this first South Florida drone meetup, when I ever heard his name, and then they were doing that dedication to him, I was like, I mean, that's all I ever heard was great things about this guy, and I said, man, I wish I would have been able to meet him. You know what I mean? Or even actually something like this. I mean, because it's nice to meet somebody in person, but we have this technology now to talk to people live right here like this, and you build such a great rapport with people, and just a good relationship.
I don't know if you can see my arrow, but Rick is the guy in the middle wearing, looks like he might be wearing a tux, because that picture is from his daughter's wedding.
Yep.
Ronnie, I don't know. Let me
that knife looks like something Dominic would use when he goes out on a walkabout.
that knife was made. Chris Hope made that knife and was going to give it to Rick.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
And then Rick passed away, and so the spin up in 2021, Kelly Shores and Chris decided to present that knife to Steve Carpenter. And Steve Carpenter was supposed to come to that spin up, but he got sick and couldn't make it. So they did a presentation over the internet.
I was going to say, it seems appropriate that that's next to Chris. That would be something that you can see Chris having on his hip.
Steve Carpenter's on the other side of it, and then Kelly Shores is right beside Steve Carpenter.
Right, and I'm in there somewhere.
You're right above both of those two.
I'm right.
So anyway, but I mean, it was the community. It was the inspiration for this thing. So, but everybody that's in that picture, as far as I know, Rick Halbert gave something to them or contributed to them in some way. So that's how that all came about. And I got this because all the tributes that came in for Rick Halbert, I mean, the show of love for him was so great. It was easy to find things to do. I always joke around. I didn't know who Elvis Presley was until he passed away. And then I found out how great, a musician he was too. Well, Rick's the same way. I mean, it's, wish I could have had an opportunity to meet him a little bit better than I did. So
I think you guys would have liked him. I can't find his channel. His family may have taken his channel down, or YouTube may have just deleted it for inactivity, but I can't find it. You can certainly find a lot of the tribute videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was wow. Yeah. So I can't find his channel, Ronnie. So, but you can see a lot of the videos where, I mean, Northeast Drone Productions. He did a video that several people contributed to. I did a video. 400 AGL did a video. Ron Lockwood did a video. Above and Beyond Drones. What was his name?
Jim.
Jim. Yeah,
Jim Boyd. Oh,
Jim
sorry,
Boyd did one.
Yeah.
Bill, the drone reviewer, did one. RL Photography, Ron Lockwood did one. Dennis did one. I mean,
Wow.
he was quite the person. He was quite the person.
So if you notice there's Thomas O'Sullivan in there. Do you see his picture? That was Sully. What was that? Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Monsters Inc. Yeah,
because that was the icon that he used. So I've never seen him before. So that's what he looks like to me. So I don't know how else to do it. But
hey, I'm gonna make this full screen. So Scott, you can keep on pointing people out if you want.
Okay. So there's Thomas O'Sullivan right there, Monsters Inc. He used this for a long time. But Chris Hope, he did the knife. Again, I was fortunate enough to be at that spin up. There's Jeff Sills, which was Ken Herron. Ken Herron being right there. I think you guys know who those two are.
Yep.
This is Tater Rogers.
Yep.
Been seeing him. He's hosted with Ken quite a bit.
Yeah.
Gary Brand Ariels.
Yeah.
And let's see, Bill the Coast to Coast. Ken Dono. I'm sorry, Ken Dobo. I'm not necessarily supposed. Dennis Lovelady, Mel Koch. Anyway, Bill the drone reviewer. I'm sure you guys know a lot of these people, but every one of these people, Rick Halbert reached out and did something for him. There's Matt North and Peter Carroll. I know they're in at least Peter Carroll's in the chat right now. But anyway, there's Tim Jackson, another American Aussie, I guess is what you call him now.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All righty.
Yep.
That was some good drawings, I'll tell you that much. I mean, the faces look exactly. And then of course, Rodney Bell is right next to Adrian.
So
Ken.
Jack,
Hey.
Ken, hello. And nice shirt, by the way.
I figured that's the only way you're going to let me on the show this morning.
But Scott, and I'm going to go ahead and tell this story with or without your permission, Scott. So you just have to get over it. Scott contacted me one time, and he goes, "I want to show you something, and I want you to tell me what you think." And in typical Jackrabbit FPV fashion, he goes, "It's not very good, but I want you to look at it." And he sent that to me, and I was just awestruck. What do you mean you're not good? I mean, my gosh, I can't do that.
I'll be honest, I really don't have that talent either. And I have no idea where it came from.
Sure could have fooled me, brother.
It came from the heart. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not kidding. This drone community had that kind of impact on me. And I drew that thing like that. I mean, literally quick. You know, you hear about music artists and all that, so they talk about how quick a song came to them or something. They wrote it in 5 minutes. This thing almost developed the same way. And I'll be honest, I sit down and try to draw again, and I struggle. I can't do it very well. Of course, but anyway, but that was so easy for me to do. But it again, it all came from watching all those videos and watching you guys pour your heart out. You know.
Oh wait, Jack, you did that?
Yeah.
You drew all those faces?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
That's amazing, man.
Mark, tell me, does the man have talent or what?
Oh my goodness! Listen, hold on. So I don't have my glasses on, so I couldn't read the names. But as I'm looking at the poster, I know who the people are. So Hey, you
Well,
did a
that
great
one-
job, man.
Yeah, on that one I actually put the names underneath it. So, but anyway, yeah. Hey,
Absolutely.
I see DeMarco's in there. I shouldn't show what I got on.
Yeah, I saw that shirt. I was like, how can you even wear that while you're in Tallahassee?
Hey, I want to say good morning to Ray Kelly,
Captain Ray.
Life RC, JSK Enterprise. Welcome to the chat, guys.
Hey Ken, I'm glad you're here. I was going to ask you, when are we going to go back to that secret spot up on top again?
Hey, we have to. As soon as I get
Secret
back in
spot.
town. I'm stuck in Minnesota right now, though.
Ken and I
It
met
is
the one
snowing.
day. Ken and I met the one day up in St. Augustine to go fly, and we did the lighthouse there, and then we went downtown, and we were looking for parking around the park, and we couldn't find any. So he's like, "Okay, we're gonna go over to the parking deck," and I was like, "Why don't we just go to the top and we'll fly off of the parking deck?" So that's what
That
we
was
did.
fun.
We went to the top and we flew off the parking deck, and
We were able to fly over the entire city of St. Augustine from there.
yeah,
Wow.
it was
was
fun.
fun.
It was a fun little spot to like. Okay,
And I hear
we'll
you
fly
talking, you and Mark been talking a lot about this little guy here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now you and I got to get together and go fly in some Avada stuff.
Stop
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Ken.
I don't
Stop
have
that,
much
Ken. I start to
practice.
shake when I see them things.
Yeah.
I don't
So
have
you're
any
using the
practice
stick.
with
Do
that.
you use the motion controller much?
I love
I
the
have
motion
both.
controller, man.
I
So
know
can
I
you
do. I only fly it with the motion.
Did you guys
controller,
get to see so I didn't place
Hey.
the full video up, but
Chris,
did you get
hope
to
have
see
a good day.
the Christmas thing I did?
I saw it.
Yeah, when I was flying through all the like Christmas decorations and
So
stuff.
why do you have Christmas decorations now?
Hey,
Isn't it
Scott,
early?
you want to hear
It's
something?
beginning
You want to
to
hear
look a
something
lot
weird?
like Christmas.
So right after Nicole came through Daytona, like 2 days later, they put up some of the Christmas lights on the lights going over the bridge here in
Wow.
Ormond Beach. And I
Yeah,
was like,
a lot of people are
with all
doing-
the cleanup, it's like, why the hell were they out putting Christmas lights up?
Yeah,
But
really.
There's a lot of people out here. Actually, there's a lot of people doing Christmas decorations already. You know, before Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
But
but this was the city because it was the bridge. that put
There
it
was
up.
there was a house that put up a big blow up turkey sitting on Santa Claus, and the caption said, "Wait your turn."
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were supposed to put up Christmas lights until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was the tradition. But I mean,
Yeah.
look at Black Friday this year. Black Friday started
Yeah.
what? Halloween?
It's already started. Yeah, it's
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people are doing Christmas early. I don't
Well,
mind. I'm a big Christmas fan.
I was gonna
love
say Christmas.
big time, you know.
Christmas is a
But
great time. So
I'm not. I haven't started decorating though. I mean, I would have, but my wife said no. We'll hold on.
Oh, my daughter and I already started decorating a hotel room.
Hey, guys, we got a new person in the chat, Wendell Patton. Good morning and welcome to
Good
Saturday
morning.
Morning Coffee with Rodney and
Welcome.
Friends.
Hey, Hot Rod, Jerry Bauer's coming down. He stays in Crescent Beach area.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
He just said he wants to fly from the top of the parking deck, and he also wants to fly the lighthouse. So I told him you and I have a good spot for flying the lighthouse because you got to be careful flying it. They don't like that too much.
Yeah, that flying from that school parking lot were great. That was a
It
nice
did.
little spot. I obviously had to go up over the trees and the power lines that were there, but it was a nice big open spot to take off from. So,
Yes.
and kind of out of the way for the people on the tower for the most part.
Wait, Ray Kelly's in the chat. Ray, have you already took off from the East Coast? Are you over in Florida now, or
He's down south.
he's down south?
Yeah, he's down south.
Soon as the frost on the ground starts happening, that boy is gone. That man is gone, man.
And Ken's
You know,
doing the opposite. He
around
went to
for no
Minnesota. He went to go find the snow in Minnesota.
he's messed up, man. He
Yeah,
got a place in Florida, and he goes north.
I was just getting ready to ask him if he'd made the trek to Florida yet.
I'm
Jake
in
Work,
Minnesota.
good morning, William.
Yeah,
Fucking
Jerry.
great.
Ken and I did the lighthouse early in the morning, and well, then we went down the street to your little sandwich shop that
Oh, Chiba Hut.
Yeah.
So the lighthouse, they don't like when you do flying around this particular lighthouse, or
I've never seen the sign because I've actually never been to the lighthouse myself, and I guess better not seen, better not known. But supposedly there's a sign when you walk in there that says no drones, but we're not launching from their property, and we're far away, and we're staying really far away when we're doing our orbits around.
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Oh, so this is a drone that's on land, basically, not out in the water.
Well, you can launch from a boat if you want to. The lighthouse is definitely close enough. But we just launched from a school parking lot. That's it's real close. It's literally like less than a block away from the lighthouse.
I'm saying the lighthouse is not in the middle of the water anywhere, right?
No, it's on land right by a boat
so
launch.
that might be one of the reasons why. Yeah.
But it's like
most
anything.
of our lighthouses here are out in the water, so we just fly over water, and then
They're worried about somebody like flying in and breaking something. It's like, I don't want to be that close.
No.
Yeah.
And I've got my videos out there. I mean, you can see we stayed like really far.
Yeah.
They probably didn't even know the drone was out there.
Hey,
So that's
hey,
where
guys,
that zoom comes into effect.
Yeah.
You Avada guys, Wendell Patton. He just joined the chat. He's having troubles with his Avada not recording to the drone. You guys have any advice for that or anything like that?
You got to go into the settings, the camera settings. You might be able to swipe to the side, go into settings, open up camera, and then and it's all in the settings. There's a lot of ways to swipe on. I don't know if he's got the Goggle 2, the Goggle 2, I don't even know. But anyways, if he's got the one with the swipe, with the trackpad or whatever, he's going to send. And if he can find me on Facebook, Mark Fisher, he can always.
I wonder if it's recording to that 8 gig internal versus the SD card.
So there's a whole bunch of different ways of recording. You can record to the goggles. You can record to the goggles with the telemetry on it, or you can without it. You can record to the drone. You can record. There's a whole. Or you can record both. So it's pretty cool.
And by the way, we're getting another set of goggles. So I presume it's going to be called the Goggles 2 Lite version with the air unit that's coming. So they took off the touchpad and put some little things underneath or something for it. But so like, you're not gonna have Goggles 2 Lite.
Oh my God, man!
Hey, Jackrabbit, I know you got some compliments today, but I got to tell you, you're doing a great job on filling in for Dennis. You really are.
Well, I'm ready for Dennis to come back. That's for sure. So I tell you though, I do like job. I do like the consistency. You go from one chat to the next. So to have a hole in there, I mean, if I can help fill that hole, that's I'm glad I can do that.
I think you. Listen. I think you should. I think you should continue.
No way. Absolutely not. I'm telling you, I'm going to enjoy going back. I actually thought this weekend I was going to be relaxing. But
you got a talent, brother. You can draw, and you do definitely a great job doing a live show, man. I'm telling you now.
Leonard, you have a good day, brother.
I actually don't like being here under the circumstances because I'd much rather be here because Dennis went traveling. So,
Wendell, my Instagram, I don't know if you have Instagram, but it's mdrone1. That's a way of finding me. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'll help you out, man. I don't know if you heard that, but yep. I was telling Bob Fiore, if anybody knows Bob Fiore, he's a good friend of mine, and he's always flying. But I texted him this morning. I said, "Listen, it's only 30 degrees. You only need one hand. Only one hand is gonna get frostbitten. You won't need two. You won't need two hands into the spring, and by that time your hand will be defrosted."
Heck, you could fly it with a glove too with that motion controller, couldn't you?
I know. I
Yeah.
got my
I didn't
glove
even think
ready. I'm
about
ready. Yep. I might look like a
Fly
polar
mainly?
bear out there with a big old jacket. And
Do you fly mainly with the motion controller?
so I with the motion controller you can't fly in acro. But we were talking about that, right, Hot Rod? Here you guys were talking
Yeah.
about
There's supposed to be a
how-
motion controller too coming. I don't know whether they'll give acro with the motion controller or whether that one's going to be more for compatibility with like the Mini 3 and the Mavic 3 to use the goggles with that.
I would want just to get that top speed.
I really wish there's literally nothing that's stopping them because the motion controller has the third option on it. So to do normal and sports, and there's the third, which is custom. If you look in the goggles, there's no reason why they couldn't give us the third one with the motion controller to give us top speed, right? 60 mile an hour that's on the the RC. The only thing that's stopping them is them stopping it.
So how I've been flying this thing, I really don't need the acro, really. I mean, for the scenarios, what I'm, because like 30 miles an hour is pretty fast.
Oh yeah. No, don't disagree. If you're using it for your jobs and stuff, the 30 is perfectly
because
perfectly
of
fine.
That whole Christmas ornament thing, it's small, so I'm not gonna be hitting 60 miles an hour. Now, I did chase down a big truck, and I wanted to fly underneath that truck while I was riding, but I was like, I'm not gonna risk it at 30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
I did want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I fly at the beach a lot, so having that 60 and sort of taking it out over the waves and be like 10 foot off and go 60 mile an hour over top of the waves, that would be
that would be
a nice video, right? There's situations where it would be useful.
Yeah, there's definitely some scenarios where 60 miles could definitely be useful.
Hey, I got a quick question on the regular controller. You know how before you switch it over to acro to manual, you have just normal and sport on the regular controller, but you have a 3-button dongle basically, or to switch it. When you switch everything over to manual, do you still have the option to do sport, or then is it just normal and then manual?
It's just normal, manual, and normal, sport, and then the normal sport, and then manual.
So you do have all 3 options once you switch.
Yeah, you do have all 3 options, but you got to go into the goggles, and you got to take off.
Switch it from sport to manual, right?
Yeah,
and that's why I was wondering if you still had sport, because you had to change it from sport to manual in the settings.
But you still have sport when you click down.
Okay.
So if you click out of manual and go back into sport, it just holds right there, and then you could just fly regular. I haven't been I haven't been using the controller a lot. I just got so used to the.
Have you used the
motion
button
controllers? The word you're trying to say.
It's like motion, baby.
Have you used that emergency button at all on yours?
I haven't. I just hit it. I just hit something.
Well, yeah,
that's that instant stop.
But if you let off the trigger, right? Letting off the trigger seems to be probably about as good as hitting that oh shit button for stopping the drone. I mean, you let off the trigger, the drone.
It's so true.
I mean, that drone stops quick.
So like I'll fly through something, and I'm like, and I'll go back around. I was like, wait a minute, I haven't hit that yet. Let me just hit that. So I just got them buying like new ducks and a new like casing, whatever they call it. So I just got that. So because it's kind of beat up, and I'm like looking at it and like, oh my goodness, it's all beat up. I want to dress it up again. You know what I mean? And make it look clean, like you ain't hit 7 million things already.
I've hit so many. I've just flying around my house with the palm trees. flown through so many palm fronds, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you'll hear it. It's like, oh crap, I hit it, but it just keeps flying. It's okay.
It just keeps going. Yeah,
It just keeps going.
yeah.
It's all right.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
the
wanna-
Energizer Bunny. It keeps going, right?
I wanna say good morning to our
Trim the
Chrome Drones
bushes
and
a
Let's
little
Talk
as you go
Creative.
by. It keeps flying. It's okay.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
It is. It's durable.
I gotta fly it
Very
more.
durable.
So
Can you
Ken,
have it?
when did you get yours?
I've had mine now probably a month, and I think I have flown it maybe 4 times.
Oh no,
Working too
I-
hard.
I got so addicted. I want to fly. I fly it around the house.
I mean, you can fly it around the hotel room, and you know, maybe go down and talk to the manager and fly it around the hotel for that
Yeah.
matter.
Oh, they don't care. They love me here. They'll let me fly FPV all over this
You
place.
kind of spend a lot of money there. That's why they love you.
We had 30 adjusters here all year, so they absolutely love us here. They let me go down in the basement and do my laundry after hours, so I don't have to pay for laundry and stuff.
Wow,
Nice.
that's cool.
They give me free Duralogs for the fireplace.
You got a hotel room with a fireplace?
What the heck? Okay, okay.
he's
I'm
in one of
complaining.
the, you have to remember it's cold up there.
Wait,
so
wait!
that's-
I got a
complaining.
loft. Look at this. I got a loft up there.
Oh
my
wow.
goodness.
Yeah, I'm complaining to Ray Kelly. I want a hotel with a fireplace. Oh wait a minute, it's Florida. It's too hot. I still want this fireplace.
In April too. Yeah, you go ahead and get that fireplace.
Yeah, I'll be
Morning,
sitting by the
Mikey.
fireplace all night. Come out the next morning. Where did mine go? That boy's dark now.
Oh man.
It flies zone. Good morning, Mikey.
Mikey, Fly Zone drone in the house.
Fly zone, Mikey.
I can tell you in my neighborhood, they definitely have some fireplaces because when it gets cold, you can go walk outside and smell it.
I got
Well,
my
that-
fireplace.
That's one
Where's-
thing about Virginia. I think almost just about every house has a fireplace.
I
So
built
wait,
all
I've
this.
got a
I built all
fireplace?
this out.
We
Oh,
don't.
did you
but-
really?
I built all this. Yeah, I
Wow.
built that.
That
with
looks
the-
good.
Yeah, I built these right here. As a matter of fact, I did this whole house actually. Built all this stuff.
Oh, that's an adjuster's nightmare.
That was
to try
all
to
the honey-do
estimate.
list, and I'm still not done with the honey-do list. You know that, right?
So I've got my fireplace, but I also have, if y'all hear that noise in the background, I got a space heater right here too.
Oh, geez, it must be real cold where you're at.
No, I just hate the cold weather. I want to be warm.
Hey, I'm in Florida and I got my space heater on me too. So
Now, if I had a name like Place It Here, I'd be placing myself anywhere I want to go.
yeah,
I
right.
can't
right.
take this cold weather.
I think I'm fixing to bail out of here. I got things I need to get done. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me on. And man, what a great panel!
Yeah,
like
well,
always.
you did fine this morning. You did a good job, man.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
gonna do it tomorrow,
yeah.
but Dennis is gonna have to come back next week. I sure hope so.
Well, I hope he does make it back, and,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I hope he gets to feeling better.
absolutely. So,
Oh,
but anyway,
feeling well?
nah,
No, that's why Scott had to fill in for him this morning.
yep,
I think he tested positive for COVID. So
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
He's back in States though.
yeah, oh yeah, he's back.
He
In the
came
States.
through the airports. Is it surprising that he caught COVID flying back on an airplane and going through the airports?
No, not really.
No.
No.
Every time I've ever gotten sick when I was flying around, it was because I was going through the airport.
Well, anyway, y'all have a great day.
All right,
All
Scott.
right,
you
see you
did-
all,
See
y'all.
you, Scott.
Scott.
All right.
Great job
Thank you,
today.
brother.
So, Mark, are you going to buy an Inspire 3 when it comes out?
Oh no.
Since we were talking about buying the best, right?
Yeah. No, my days with Inspires are over. I had 2 of them back in the days. And it's just such a big thing. I don't really, I have no need. I mean, these smaller drones pack a big punch. I mean, the Mavic 3 has an incredible camera. As far as the nighttime thing that they put out, I think a lot of the stuff is more gimmicky. And well, you know what? Let me not say that. I think it's good for those who don't really know how to deal with settings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's just easier for somebody that, like, oh, what do I shoot in at night to get a good, what you call it? But you can definitely get, so when you on any camera, when you go down on frames per second, like on your, like if you shoot at 4K 24, you're gonna get, it's gonna be better in low light. You know what I mean? So
sure.
The thing that they did is they you can't shoot in 4K 60 frames with that night mode. So you can only shoot in 4K at 30, but that's obviously that's gonna get you a better picture at night. You know what I mean? Or get a better video at night. So
I know where night mode doesn't work, because if you look at my video, all you can see is looks like a big glowing sun, which was with the rocket launch. So I have the light plus, and so I used its night mode on that SLS launch the other night, and I was just like, yeah, that was not a good thing to do. I actually, on my Evo 2 Pro 6K, I always used 4K 25, and there was a guy that posted online some settings, and I was like, that's pretty interesting. So you shoot in log, but you shoot in log with HDR turned on, because the HDR brings up the shadows.
Shadows, yeah.
And so, I was thinking, okay, I need to go back to that. Although the Light Plus, you can't do log and HDR at the same time. But I've literally thought about putting an ND filter on. Almost treat that rocket sort of like you would treat the sun in the morning, because that exhaust is bloody bright. It's like having the sun up at night. Looking at that thing,
and it's all going to depend on what city or what where is the scene at? What are you shooting? Like, how much light is in that scene? So it's like you're not going to be in the middle of Texas desert trying to shoot.
Yeah, I'm talking about the rocket launches out of NASA. So, let's just say that the flame off that rocket is freaking bright. In fact, I talked to a lady that was next to me. She had an iPhone and she was videoing it, and the iPhone had the same problem. It just like blew it out, like it blows the sun.
Blows it
out just like it does the sun. So
I remember you posted one video of a rocket being launched at night.
Oh yeah. I've posted a couple of them up there.
Yeah, I seen that. It was awesome.
That tail was like super long.
Yeah, so I think SpaceX is sending one up tomorrow night at 10 p.m. So I'm going to take my Light Plus back, and I'm pretty certain I'm going to put an ND filter on. I'll probably put like an 8, something like that, to try to darken it up so that the tail, the light from the tail isn't, the camera's not blowing it out so bad, and then just try to adjust the shadows up in post to sort of make it look
bright, huh? Is it at night too?
Oh yeah, at night it is that bloody bright, Mark.
I love like
it's like looking at the sun in the middle of the night.
That's insane.
The light that comes off the rocket.
Quiet.
So
I wondered who.
I'll just say it's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's different. It's different than the videos that you see online where they're flying at night over a city with all the lights out there, right? Those lights are nothing compared to the sort of the flame coming off that rocket. The cameras just want to blow it out, just like it blows the sun out.
That's insane.
So,
hey Rodney, you thought I was gonna start singing "It's Like a Jungle Sometimes"? It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. The birds in
well, Mark, I'll let you sing on my live stream, but you have to do Hank Williams.
Hank Williams? All right, tell me what song. I'll do a Hank Williams.
All right.
Absolutely.
I've seen the light.
All right, I seen the light. I think
I've seen the light. Yeah.
All right, I'll have to look that up. I do remember that song a little bit, but I'll have to refresh my memory. But I've heard about Hank Williams. As a matter of fact, wait a minute. My mom, I believe, had an album of Hank Williams.
Probably
I'm,
so. He was pretty popular.
Yeah, he was very popular. Yep. Hanky Williams. Well, I had a guy that I grew up right next door to me. His name was Hanky Williams.
Oh,
He was a big boy, yo. He used to bend these. We had these like. So I grew up in the projects, and we had these. What could I? We used to hang your clothes outside to dry.
Clothesline.
Clothesline, but it was a pipe that they built. They put these pipes in it, went like this. And used to take this one of these other pipes, and he used to bend it around like a pipe, and he would bend it around. It was just incredible. This guy was a really strong guy, man. Really strong. Hank Williams, that was his name too.
So Ray Kelly's going to try and get you to do your Michael Jackson impersonation at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Ray Kelly, something happened between the East Coast and South Florida of your travel. Something happened to you.
Hey, Paul.
That will not happen. It's about 90-something degrees out there in Florida, and I would be 100-something degrees in my outfit. I won't be jumping in the water for no drone. I'll be jumping in the water just to cool off.
Wedgie Big, good morning.
Color grading.
Yes, good morning, Paul.
Now you know that won't happen. Rodney Bell, you tell that man.
What?
You tell him I ain't gonna be doing no Michael. It ain't gonna happen. No way. No how.
There you go, Ray Kelly, right out of the horse's mouth. My goodness.
So Mark, do you use? I was gonna say, do you use the head tracking much?
No, not at all. I listen. I threw up. I threw up about 3 times. I'm just getting the hang of like not getting like little like motion sickness. I mean, I'm not getting motion sickness anymore. But in the beginning, I threw up, and then when I tried a head tracking, I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
I've been flying the surfers here, and the head tracking is freaking great because you can keep the camera on them, right, as you're moving around, kind of thing. Yeah. So, the other part, and I did it a couple of days ago, sort of flying the damage down the beach here was it made it easy to sort of look where the seawalls and stuff had come down as I was flying down the beach to kind of look around. So I decided the other day to have the motion controller, and the guy Wendell just sent me a Facebook friend request. I decided the other day, and I was flying with the controller, and I decided to put it into manual because I just wanted to test the grounds to see if I could fly in manual without doing a simulator, without whatever. And I did a flip. Yeah, I flipped right into the ground.
Well, then you did a 180.
Did you last more than 5 seconds?
Right into the grass, and now my Avata has all grass stains, and I was like, I wonder how I can get this out. I wonder if I could shout it out. The grass stains. So, but I've been going through a lot of props, so I got like about 6 sets of props coming in tomorrow.
Are you using the stock ones or those orange ones?
No, I'm using the DJI ones. I try not to go with anything. I try not to. Like, I just bought a Rokinon. I bought a Rokinon 135 1.8 lens, which was
sure, yeah.
And right away I sent it back. I felt like I'd like to stay native. I don't like to buy things that are not for that specific, like, same.
I'll tell you what got me looking to see if anything else was out there is I had one of the stock props explode on me. So I hand caught the thing and flipped it. And when I flipped it, the freaking prop exploded and went about 20 feet away. came out in 2 parts.
You flying a manual?
No. Just with the motion controller. So I had it hovering. I brought it back because the battery's low, and I'd just gotten used to just hovering it and then grab the top and flip it, right, to get it to turn off. And I flipped it, and the freaking one of the props exploded. So,
Rodney, are you flying the Mavic 3?
No.
What are you
No.
flying now?
I have a Mavic Air 2, a P4P, and a Spark.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need any more high-priced drones. I mean, most of my attention has gone to FPV anyway.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And so, I mean, I have at one point I was almost ready to buy the Avata, but I resisted. So, I mean, and this was back when every other video that came out
was Avata.
Was trashing the Avata because it broke too easy, or it was falling out of the sky when you did a left-hand turn or a yaw or something like that. And
yeah, it's
I'm like,
it's a fun fly, man. It's a fun fly without having to fly in. I mean, don't get me wrong. At some point, I want to definitely want to fly it in acro mode. I want to get there, but I'm not in no rush to get in, and especially now that the weather is so cold. I don't really want to learn how to fly acro in this cold weather because
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to try and fly as cold as it is.
That liftoff simulator really helped me a lot.
Yeah,
the simulator helped me quite a bit. In fact,
now what simulator are you guys using? The DJI one?
I like liftoff.
I used Velocidrone.
Yep. I have both of them. I fly both. I've gone more to liftoff just because it's a little easier to fly with friends online. You can put headsets on and talk and fly at the same time.
Really?
I downloaded that for that very reason, and me, you, and Maddie have yet to do anything.
Oh, I'll do it. Let me know.
Well, I have actually got to go and try and figure it out. I had a hard time trying to figure out how to make it work and stuff. So, but I will. I mean, I
think that's what I'm going to do more over like the winter is just fly the simulator, and then if I have to go do a shot. But I just got contacted by the same people, Rodney, the Florida drone, Florida, Chicago film crew that I've doing some work for. That's why I was down in your area.
Yeah. So
they reached out to me and they want to talk. So I'll probably be doing some traveling. I don't know. It'll probably be after the holidays, but and now they know that I'm flying this FPV drone. They're like, oh, good timing, So
I forget Red, the movie Reds or something like that with The Rock and what's his name? The guy that played Green Lantern. Anyway, it was a movie with The Rock in it. The opening scene, there was a guy flying an FPV drone, and when he come around, and The Rock was getting out of a vehicle, and it was almost like he's just. I mean, they couldn't have been that far from him. It was a real big close up of his face, and he just orbited around the guy, and then it was cool.
Yeah.
Now, see,
really big.
That bugs me, man.
That whole movie, Ambulance. That movie, Ambulance. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but that was shot with FPV. A lot of the scenes was shot with FPV. That thing was amazing.
So, Rodney, I may join you once the DJI 03 air unit is out and they get some of the binding flies with that on it. Since I know the goggles too work for me, that's why. Yeah, I kind of don't want to mess with anything else. But when those come out, then I'll probably get one of those small binding flash. I actually have the Radio Master Zorro ELRS, right? Version of it. So now that the O3 is coming, it's like, okay. And the other part with the O3 with that camera, you shouldn't need to put a GoPro or anything on top of it. So just like the Avata, you should be able to get away with the camera that comes with it.
Well, I got this guy sending me messages. Let me try to go help him out. The guy Wendell, he's probably still in here, and he's sending me messages and sent me a friend request, and so let me go try to help him out because he probably wants to get out there and fly, and I'm holding him back from like going to get some great footage.
Yeah, you're a cruel person, Mark.
I know.
Yeah, well, it's okay because I've about him anyway. So
and you know, this was kind of getting boring without Adrian in it. I like that whole like back and forth with Adrian and Rodney. So like,
well, you should have said something. I mean, I have no problem timing you out, Mark. I mean, there you go. You're just like Adrian. You know, you just never know when to keep your mouth shut, and you guys say stupid things and see what happens to you.
You're paying for lunch. You're paying for lunch if I come your way. You're paying.
You got it, brother. You got it. You
guys have a wonderful day, man. Be blessed.
Lunch.
Be blessed, guys. Have a wonderful day, man.
Have a good one, Mark.
Have a good one, Mark.
I hope you can help Wendell out.
I definitely will be able to. Yes. All right, guys.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's time. Well, it's time for me to go. So.
All right. Well, Dominic, thanks for popping in.
Yeah, no worries. 1 a.m. here, so.
Night, Dominic.
Good night.
Yep. Good night there, buddy.
Right, Dom.
Yeah, Rodney, I'll have to agree. The most annoying thing on that Avata, what came out in some of the early reviews, and that is where the hell the SD card is in that damn thing. Try to get it out. Try to pull that sucker out.
It's in one of the
it's in one of the prop guards.
It's
painful.
Yeah.
You know, Ken, I actually went out and got a pair of tweezers.
Just so I
could use it to pull that card in and out of that spot. It's a
the
pain in
worst
the
place to put an SD card.
I don't know what they were thinking, but oh well. You know.
Yeah, well, you know, engineers.
Yeah, I know. I am one.
Yeah, I see.
But I think I try to think practically. I'm an engineer by name, not by degree. But if I design something, I design it with the technician in mind, the guy that's going to have to go work on it. You know.
Yeah.
So anyway. But that's the way it goes.
You know, it's like the engineers for the ammunition elevators on the Ford, right? That wouldn't go up and down.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole different ball of wax there, man. I mean, I saw the live stream that they were when they pulled into Portsmouth, England. And man, that thing is huge. It looks bigger than our previous aircraft carriers.
It is. It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Not by much, but.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a good day. Ken, you be safe.
I
Stay
really
warm up
appreciate
here,
you letting me come on the show this morning. It's good to see you guys.
I haven't seen you in the chats much. I figured
it's been a while.
I know. I figured it's probably because you're busy, but.
And hit me up when you get back, Ken.
I will.
We'll go fly again.
I should be back around Christmas time, and I should be home for about a month, and then I'm gonna have to go back on the road.
Oh, downtown Augenstein in Christmas time. Yeah, that won't be a crowd.
So, all righty, boys.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being in the chat. I do appreciate you watching. Don't forget tomorrow morning, the Sunday Sunrise crew, starting with Drone Bum in New York, coming to me here in Virginia, then to Jackrabbit FPV down in Florida, standing in for Dennis Lovelady. Not sure if Fly Natural is going to be flying, but if he does, he'll be right after Jackrabbit. And then if Fly Natural does fly, then it'll be Chris Hope. If he doesn't fly, then it'll be Chris Hope after Jackrabbit. And as always, Go have a cup of coffee with Drones and Coffee with Johnny and Drone Flyer. You all have a great weekend. Love y'all. Bye now.